Hey, I am Veronica of veronicadrake.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to develop your mediumship skills. So what is mediumship? It's when we connect, communicate with energy that has crossed over, that has deceased, gone to the other side. One of the things I want you to know about me is I am very practical. I am very simple in a good way. My tagline is making the spiritual practical. So what you can expect to find from me on these videos is really practical, simple information in everyday terms that can help you develop what it is that you came here to develop spiritually. Today is all about the gift of mediumship. Now, let's get the foundation. Understand this. You, me, we humans are all energy. Everything is energy. You need proof? Get an MRI, have an EKG. That's your energy. We have an energy field all around us. And so if you put your arms out to the side, your energy field is everything out to the side. Imagine yourself in a bubble all around you. That's your energy field. So if you've ever heard the phrase or said the phrase, "You're in my space," that's what it means. People are referring to their energy field. We're very sensitive to our energy. Now, this is the space outside of you. Get familiar with it. I want to walk you through an exercise where you can imagine yourself hovering over your body, and you're just noticing the space around you. Just the space that surrounds you. Notice it. Notice the words that come up when I ask you to describe this space. Feel the words. Be still with the feelings. Allow yourself to absorb the energy of those feelings, of that energy space. Just really feel it. Close your eyes and picture yourself hovering over it, and you can see your space and you can feel your space. When you're ready, grab your pen and paper and list out the words that you feel with regard to this energy space. With this information, it's time to move on to the next level. Now, you're going to take your time with that. You can pause this video. You can go back and watch it, but be sure you have your energy field, your energy space defined. Now, the next thing to remember is energy never dies. It changes shapes, but it never dies. Now, the human will transition. The body will move on. It will go away. It will decay. It will die. But the human energy absolutely positively stays the same. So the person you knew here, minus the physical body, is still the person over there. They're just in a whole different space, but they still know what they knew, plus some over there. Okay, hope that makes sense. Communicating with your crossed over loved one or the energy that crosses over, there's a couple of things that you need to understand. Those presence, those energies vibrate at a very, very high level. I mean, super high frequency. So to give you an idea of a high frequency, I want you to think about the last time that you felt that euphoric feeling of being in love. That, oh, my heart flutters. I don't know, for some of you, maybe it's going to go back to your teen heartthrobs, or maybe you're going to recall your first love, or maybe you're with that person now that just gives you that, oh, it takes my breath away. You know, that whole feeling of lightness and buoyancy. And that's the high vibrating feeling. That's the feeling you need to elevate and get up there so that you can communicate with souls that have crossed over. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic love, but it does have to be a high vibration, and love is the highest vibration that there is. So you may want to take some time and meditate or repeat the word love, love, love. Just get your vibration up there. Now, automatically what's going to happen, once you tell spirit, energy, source, that you're ready to do this, that energy is going to come down to meet you at this level. And so then, guess what? We're going to be talking the same language. This is how you begin to communicate with the language. They're up here, you're down here. So you have to kind of meet them halfway. And they will absolutely come and meet you halfway. Now, close your eyes, drop into your heart. So your heart is here. You want to close your eyes and you want to drop in. Literally, if you want to put your chin down, or you just want to picture something that makes your heart light, that makes your heart feel good. You want to get to your heart, and you don't want to get to your thoughts. You want to fill your heart. You want to fill your heart, not bringing your thoughts into it, just the heart, the energy of love. Feel it? Love is the highest vibrating frequency there is. God is love. Doesn't get any bigger than that. So align with that frequency and you got it made. Your vibration is going to raise. Now, I learn best by imagery. So here's what I want you to think about. Picture a garden hose. I'm spraying the garden hose and water's coming out all over and it's doing this big flash. This represents your love radiating out into the universe. The universe feels that. The spirit world picks up on that love and it comes to meet you. Isn't that a beautiful image? So now you're vibrating on the same level. This enables you to hear, to feel, to see, to sense the energy of your crossed over loved one. Now that you're connected, it's time to get personal. I always start by asking the white light to surround me, and only the white light. Okay, so be sure you're asking the white light and ask to only be told what is in your highest and greatest good. Surround me with the white light and reveal to me what is in my highest and greatest good. This will ensure that you are protected and only receiving the highest information. Now it's time to merge with the spirit realm. So what does that mean? Picture yourself merging on the highway, the freeway, and you begin to get in there. You merge, you go up, and all of a sudden you're going with the flow of the traffic. You're in. You were out, and now you're in. And you pick up the speed or slow down the speed, whatever is necessary to keep pace. This is the relationship that you're now going to have with the spirit. And this is how you communicate with the spirit world. You will keep up. You will merge. Your energies will become one. And once you merge or plug in, you can accelerate. You'll start to get things really quick. And this is the place where you are definitely at one. Now, here's a bonus tip. The body needs food for fuel. The spirit world needs love. To keep your vibration high so that you can keep communicating, you want to, maybe have some rhythmic love kind of feeling music in the background. You want to just keep that vibration up until you're used to doing it on your own. I really think maybe just some sort of beautiful, loving music in the background, really low, might help. Now, here's where you do your work. In your mind's eye. In your third eye, you call in the name of the person you're wanting to communicate with. So if you have a grandmother, you might say, Grandma, can you come in? Can we talk? And I want you to understand, the moment that you ask them in, they're there. They don't hold off and say, no, I'm not coming. I'm too busy. I got dishes to do. They don't do that. They come in. Now, people say, why can't I hear them? Because that happens to me. I'll get them in, but I don't always hear the message. And that's because we're out of alignment with vibration. And you really want to practice on that vibration. If you've got 5 million things you're doing over here and you're calling grandma in and you're thinking you can give it one iota over here, it's not going to work. You have to be present and you have to be fully present. Okay? So let's practice. Call into your mind a deceased relative or friend that you didn't really know all that well. You weren't really close to them. And so I want you to begin by asking them to join you in this cozy little space, okay, of white light and love. You want to bring them in and ask them. Just like you were calling somebody up to say, hey, want to come over for a glass of wine or a cup of tea, or, just ask them to come in. Say, look, I have this cozy little space. Let's come on over and let's talk. That's it. Ask them to tell you all about your life, all about their life. As if you're listening to their autobiography, you will begin to write the story because you're going to be writing down what they're telling you. Now, this is after you've listened. So in other words, they're going to be talking to you, you're going to be listening, and you're going to become one with them. You're going to be working on the vibration, keeping it high. And so you want to go back and write after they're done. So I always just listen. And the way you can tell is once you feel the spirit, the energy lessen around you, like the conversation is not quite flowing anymore. This is kind of like the conversation might be over. Maybe it's at a pause, but you can certainly just feel the difference in the energy. That's when you grab your pen and paper and you write out everything you heard. Okay? So you're actually hearing their autobiography. And so I think it's really cool when you go back and you write it down and then you reread it. And then what you want to do is go ask people who knew these people really well for validation. Now, I always do this. I don't set out to say, oh, this is what I'm doing, but I always ask for 3 pieces of evidential information. So evidential information is evidence so that I can prove that I have Granny here. I ask for the age, their age at the time of their death, and I ask how they died and what they did for a living. So that might look like this. I'm picking up on the age frame of 73 to 78. And so I'll get that, and then I'll just look in my mind's eye, and 77 will flash at me. So I'll say, okay, they died at the age of 77. I know that they died at the age of 77. How did they die? I don't necessarily ask the question, how did they die? If someone died of lung or heart, I get short of breath. If I get a pain in my hip, I can feel that I know that there was a fall. It's feelings that I get. And so you want to begin to get these questions answered. You can ask these literal questions. What they did for a living. Now, I may not ask outright what they did for a living, but I will see hands that look worn and greasy. And did they work on machinery or perhaps car engines? I know that they worked on car engines. You want to emphasize what you know, because if it's being shown to you, you absolutely know it. Okay? Once you feel the energy and you're connected with it, it's going to give you a boost. It's going to lift your energy even higher. And that's going to give you more confidence to stay in the conversation longer. Now, this is one exercise, and I encourage you and I invite you to do this exercise and get really good at it before you move on to actually bringing people in for other people or doing this professionally. You want to get really good at doing it for yourself. This for me is like on autopilot. I can do this just like I can talk to the neighbor next door. You'll get there. It just takes practice and it takes time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you over to my Discover Your Purpose group on Facebook. I'm going to post the link below in the comments here. And I teach this kind of stuff. So if you're looking for somebody and you like my style, because this is it, what you see is what you get, I want you to come on over there and I can teach you there and you can ask questions and we can interact. Because I really do think this is the way that you can begin to open the portal to the other world using the white light. Thank you. And don't forget, Discover Your Purpose on Facebook.